Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the University of South Carolina Upstate and to the investiture ceremony of our fourth Chancellor, Dr. Brendan B. Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the invocation to be provided by Pastor Odell Cleveland of Mount Zion Baptist Church of Greensboro, North Carolina.
I am truly honored to give this invocation as we celebrate the investiture of Dr. Kelly, only the fourth chancellor in our university's 50-year history. I say ours because I am a proud alumnus, graduating in 1984 business administration degree. You know, life is full of intersections. Today, the university, Dr. Kelly, my life and yours are all intersecting. At this time, I would like to invite you to join me in prayer. Join me in whatever custom, tradition, or culture that you are comfortable with as I pray in the custom, tradition, and culture that I am most comfortable with. Let us pray. Father God, we just want to say thank you for all of the people who have come before us for the past 50 years to make this university what it is today. Bless the students, the administration, faculty, and staff of the University of South Carolina Upstate. We ask that you continue to bless and protect Dr. Kelly and his family, God. This university is blessed to me. I enrolled into Upstate as a boy playing a game called basketball, and I graduated as an educated man prepared for the game called life. However, not just me, God. This university has been a blessing to so many families over the years, and we all say thank you and amen.
Thank you, Pastor Cleveland. Would everyone now be seated? Welcome again, everybody, on this beautiful day. Let me start over. Welcome, everyone, to the University of South Carolina Upstate. Here we are again together on the main quad of our beloved university, and it is so wonderful to be here. This past February, on Founders Day, USC Upstate began a year of festivities to mark its 50th anniversary, and today we continue the festivities as we participate in one of the University of South Carolina's most venerable traditions, the investiture of a chancellor. I'm so pleased to be with faculty, students, alumni, trustees, government officials, community members, and friends and family of Chancellor Kelly, who I must still remind is in his probationary period for another 45 minutes or so. As we gather together on this beautiful, stunning 330-acre campus located at the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, we can in fact metaphorically see beyond the dome that crowns the John C. Stockwell Administration building. What we can see is great accomplishment behind us, but even greater excellence and opportunity ahead of us here at one of the top public regional colleges in the South. It is, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, excellence and opportunity that sparked a connection between USC Upstate and Brendan B. Kelly. Tellingly, in a November 21 interview with the Pensacola News Journal, Brendan Kelly described USC Upstate as, quote, an excellent institution that is in a region primed for growth. He continued, it's young enough to be agile, and it's young enough and agile enough to define its future. Brendan, you might say that we felt the same way about you, young enough and agile enough to help define our future. Of course, youth can be a mixed bag when it comes to leadership. When Brendan was a finalist for this position, I called then president of the University of West Florida, Judy Bentz, for a reference. I know her very well. At the time, she chaired the Division II Board of Directors at the NCAA while I chaired the Division I Board. She gave Brendan a thoroughly positive endorsement, but at the end of the phone call, she said, but you know, he's still quite young. She went on to say, so I think he should stay here for a few more years. Nice try, Judy. Brendan is joined this morning by his wife, Dr. Tressa Kelly, and their 3 children, Bree, Liam, and Kieran. With this brood of Irish names, something tells me he was drawn to the fact that USC Upstate's color is green. By the way, Brendan, it's Spartan green or even hunter green. It's not Kelly green. You cannot change that, but perhaps for one day, today only, we'll call it Kelly green. Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Kelly grew up in Flint, Michigan. I am pleased to welcome his parents, Chris and Vicki Kelly, who are with us today. And Brendan's older brother, Chris, and younger brother, Blair, are also with us. Would they stand for a moment, please, and be recognized, the brood of Kellys. Brendan Kelly's pre-college interests included basketball and public speaking. At 6'5", I would have bet on basketball, but the latter won out. His interest in debate and forensics carried over into his college years, where he was a key figure on the Eastern Michigan debate team. I think that basketball referees around the country are quite lucky that he chose his academic path. Today, Brendan Kelly brings a rich academic background to USC Upstate, a bachelor's degree in public relations and a master's degree in communications, plus a doctorate in rhetoric and political communication from Wayne State University. Since the art of leadership is the art of communication, Brendan is well equipped. Prior to his arrival here, he served as the Vice President of University Advancement, President of the Foundation, and Chief Executive Officer of the Historic Trust of the University of Western Florida, all with notable success. I recommended Brendan's appointment to the Board of Trustees from among many qualified candidates that the search committee and I interviewed for several important reasons beyond his resume. First, he was and is genuinely excited about uniting our campus community and expanding the impact of USC Upstate. Second, his broad experience and understanding of public higher education, including academic leadership, teaching, accreditation, collective bargaining, international partnership building, marketing, public relations, community engagement, record-setting fundraising, and regional economic development was and is quite impressive. And third, and importantly, he offers us the vigor and high energy that this particular job demands. So Brendan Kelly is the right person at the right time for the University of South Carolina Upstate. In a few minutes, I'll be placing the symbolic mantle of authority on Dr. Brendan B. Kelly. He will then officially become the Chancellor. But when I do so, I want all of you to symbolically help me place the medallion on his shoulders, because he must feel your support as well as mine, and because he will be accountable to you as well as to me. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time today, please join me in officially welcoming Brendan, Tressa, Bree, Liam, and Kieran Kelly to the University of South Carolina family. I take a moment now to recognize the Board of Trustees led by the Honorable John Von Lee of Charleston and the Honorable Tony Lister of Spartanburg. As I ask all of the board members to stand, let me remind you that serving as volunteers, they sacrifice their time and resources to benefit the quality of life in the upstate and throughout the state to make it healthier and more prosperous. Let's recognize the Board of Trustees. And let's also take a moment to recognize the skillful work of our faculty, our administrators, and all staff members, for they are the ones closest to the action where the rubber meets the road, to the place where learning is fostered and delivered. Will USC Upstate's faculty and staff now stand and be recognized? We will now continue to receive greetings to the university and to the Chancellor from representatives of the community and university leaders who have been most influential in USC Upstate's development. And you can see these as designated on the program. First, City of Spartanburg Mayor Junie White.
Good morning. Dr. Kelly, on behalf of the citizens of the City of Spartanburg and Spartanburg County, I'm very proud to be taking part in this great occasion. Dr. Kelly, you are becoming just the fourth chancellor of this great university. It has grown in 50 years under the leadership of Chancellors Roland Sainsbury, John Stockwell, and Tom Moore to a high academic standing university. Your outstanding academic background, your leadership qualities, your openness, warm, caring, and understanding of young people will make you a great leader for USC Upstate. Under your leadership, the university is going to educate the young men and women in challenges of life and instill in them the desire to become future leaders using the academic and social skills they will achieve while here at USC Upstate. The citizens of Spartanburg offer you our hope and prayers as the new chancellor. We stand ready to assist you in any way. Chancellor Kettle, welcome to Spartanburg.
And now, Chair of the Faculty Senate, Professor Holly Pei.
Welcome to this momentous event in the history of our institution. While Friday the 13th occurs only twice a year, the investiture of the USC Upstate Chancellor Brendan Kelly takes place only once in a lifetime. And contrary to superstition, today is our lucky day. On behalf of the entire faculty of the University of South Carolina Upstate, it's a great privilege and honor to offer greetings on this very special occasion. We look forward to Chancellor Kelly's governance in guiding and growing our university into the next 50 years. Together, one and all, faculty, staff, and community stakeholders, we are committed to advancing the lives of those in the Upstate and beyond, not just by invigorating the region's economic vitality, but also expanding the intellectual and cultural horizons. We thank Dr. Kelly for his dynamic leadership and his dedication to the university.
Dr. Sandra Jordan, Chancellor of the University of South Carolina, Aiken, will bring greetings on behalf of the USC system.
It is truly an honor for me to extend to Chancellor Brendan Kelly the greetings of all of the institutions within the University of South Carolina system as he formally takes the helm of the University of South Carolina Upstate. Additionally, as South Carolina's representative on the executive board, it is my pleasure to bring greetings on behalf of the 799 institutions that form the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. All of these institutions and all of your USC colleagues are delighted that this fine university has had the wisdom to entrust its chancellorship to a scholar, teacher, and leader of Brendan Kelly's stature. And by the way, as the president said, standing 6 feet, 5 inches, he is literally a man of great stature. I have had the pleasure to get to know Dr. Kelly over the past several months, and I'm delighted to assert that Brendan's education, experiences, his sense of humor, qualities of mind and heart, his sense of fairness, quickness of mind, and commitment to excellence are ideally suited for the task of leading USC Upstate. And in some ways, it seems, when you review his vita, that Brendan has been preparing for this exact moment in time for much of his life. Dr. Brendan's formal education and life's work to date have prepared him for this very day by helping him to develop and hone those extremely critical attributes of an effective leader: rhetorical skills, resourcefulness, creativity, dedicated to purpose, and a robust work ethic. These are skills and abilities which will serve the entire university and our system well over the coming years. Brendan, your colleagues across the University of South Carolina system extend to you our friendship, our support, and our enthusiasm for the mission of USC Upstate and for all of its students, staff, faculty, administrators, and alum. Additionally, we pledge to be partners with you as you continue to advance this institution as a source of inspired knowledge and a beacon of opportunity for students and the communities in South Carolina and beyond. Once again, congratulations to you, Chancellor Kelly, and all of us here in the USC system who will be beneficiaries of his leadership.
And now, President of the Student Government Association and member of the class of 2018, Ms. Tia Green.
Dr. Kelly, on behalf of the students of the University of South Carolina Upstate, I greet and welcome you to the Upstate family. This institution has a rich history of assuring that students are challenged academically, supported personally, and pushed to boundaries of our potential in an opportunity-rich environment. Our student body is diverse and dynamic, and many are the first ones in their families to seek higher education. We know that our futures are promising as graduates. Our degrees will help us transition easily to careers in the Upstate region and beyond. USC Upstate graduates will be prepared to take leadership roles in companies in our communities. USC Upstate transfers the lives of its students and it helps the region to prosper by providing career-relevant education. We are the Upstate. Therefore, we challenge you as the leader of this university to enhance opportunities for all students, develop a vision for unparalleled undergraduate and graduate programs, prevail in pursuing the positioning of the university to be recognized as the academic leader in the Upstate and as a critical partner in its economic and social development. We ask you to demand both rigor and integrity from faculty, staff, and administrators who have such an impact upon us. And we ask that you demand the same of ourselves. We know that you will lead this university with energy, vision, and integrity. Please continue to listen to our voices as we continue to support you in your efforts. Remain open to us, the students, and we will support you in your efforts. Thank you. Congratulations.
Representing the University of South Carolina Upstate alumni, Mr. C. Dan Adams.
Good morning. As an alumni, a 1983 alumnus of USC Upstate, it's my honor and privilege to stand before you on behalf of the nearly 30,000 USC Upstate alumni worldwide. Some who are here with us and many who are here in spirit. Chancellor Kelly, I bring you our greetings on this very special day. Celebrating your investiture provides a unique moment in time for all of us to reflect on our heritage and the profound impact that USC Upstate has made on our lives and within the Upstate region. Today, we reaffirm our values and commitment to this fine institution, paying homage to the common thread that binds us together. We celebrate the accomplishments of those whose lives have been transformed by the knowledge and experiences gained during the time that we've had here at USC Upstate. As students, we benefited from being challenged academically, supported personally, and pushed to the boundaries of our potential in an opportunity-rich environment. As alumni, we recognize and uphold the value of our degree from USC Upstate. We take pride in the contributions that we have collectively made toward the growth and vitality of our region and our state. Chancellor Kelly, as an accomplished scholar and leader, you have been chosen for a worthy charge. The university is poised for greatness under your leadership, and I am confident USC Upstate will continue to thrive as a major engine of social, intellectual, and economic development. My fellow alumni join me in promising to herald the university's accomplishments at every turn. USC Upstate will forever constitute part of whom we are and who we hope to become. We pledge to remain pillars of our University of South Carolina Upstate by facilitating for her the highest of expectations for the excellence now and into the future. We welcome you to Spartan Nation and look forward to the future.
We are now at the doorstep of that most special moment, and to present the Chancellor for the presentation of his medal, I ask Dr. Tressa Kelly to come and make the presentation.
Greetings. When I was in high school, I competed in speech and debate, or as formerly known, forensics. My senior year, I noticed a boy from a nearby school. And to be honest, I have a feeling just about everyone noticed him. He was confident, had a sense of self that was disarming, an easy smile, and undoubtedly, he would win the tournament. My forensics coach, who happened to be my mom, judged him at his senior year state championship tournament. And at the end of the final round, she leaned across the table to the other judges and declared, "I wish my daughter would date someone like Brendan Kelly." Brendan and I officially met at Eastern Michigan University, where we were both recruited for forensics. EMU's forensics is one of the oldest and most storied programs in the nation, and we were honored to be part of it. When Brendan accepted his scholarship, he assured Director Dr. Michael Tu that he would win a national championship. A bold statement, and in most cases, I would say a foolish statement. Brendan worked tirelessly. He was a consummate performer and orator, and in his senior year, he did indeed win a national championship. It was during my senior year of college that Brendan proposed, and we were married 2 years later. We were young, driven, full of purpose and optimism, and not long after we started a family. Our first child was born at the end of my doctoral studies, and our second was born while he worked on his PhD. It was not the typical path for young academics, but it was our path. One of the biggest initial challenges we faced was moving away from all our friends and family in Michigan to Florida, where he was hired as director of forensics at the University of West Florida, and I became a faculty member. Now, you know, not all competitors make great coaches, or vice versa. But Brendan was a beloved coach. He pushed students to pursue excellence, genuine compassion. He taught students about the importance of connecting with your audience, and he taught them of the power of words and the responsibility to use them wisely, ethically, purposely, and with civility. As a professor in the classroom, Brendan unabashedly wrestled with big ideas in classes like argumentation and debate, communication ethics, and strategic communication. Within the first 5 years at the university, he won the Distinguished Teaching Award. At the same time, he was inducted into the National Forensics Association's Hall of Fame and received the EMU's Outstanding Young Alumni Award. All the while, we were learning and growing together, trying to balance family life and work life. With the addition of our third child, surviving 2 hurricanes, and pushing our path forward, and we became true partners. Brendan had the opportunity to serve as the National Forensics Association's tournament director and help transform the organization. Colleague and co-author Dr. Randy Richardson of Westminster College said of Brendan's scholarship, "He led the development of assessment mechanisms designed to enhance forensics education and boost struggling forensics programs. His scholarship ultimately challenged educators, benefited students, and saved programs." Dr. Richardson explains that their collaborative research focused on transforming forensics from a game with educational possibilities to an event that was primarily educative, secondarily competitive. Brendan and Randy attempted to demonstrate to the forensic community the importance of establishing pedagogical prerogatives in the form of learning outcomes. They sought to develop professionalism and academic accountability. And in 2013, Brendan was awarded NFA's Eddie Myers Silvers Award. And by this point, Brendan had served as department chair and quickly promoted to the director of the School of Fine Performing and Communication Arts. Within 2 years, he was asked to serve as vice president of advancement. It was at this point that our path pivoted to a new direction in higher education, and we welcomed the opportunity. What I would like you to know about my husband is that he is a doer. He pursues big ideas and actualizes them. He is fair, hardworking, honest, a critical thinker, a doer. He is also loyal, dependable, wickedly funny. He is an amazing father, and he is my rock. I am excited about our adventures and challenges here in the Upstate. I am proud of what we as a community are accomplishing at the university. I know the time and energy it takes. Our kids know the time and energy it takes, and it is worth it. What we are doing here is worth it. Our life has always been built on the privilege of educating students. When the corporate world came calling, when the financial world came calling, when the nonprofit world came calling, higher education always beckoned to us. Higher education has unfailingly been our path, and always we do it together. It is my honor and privilege to introduce you to my husband and our Chancellor, Dr. Brendan Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you, Co-President Tressa Kelly. I will now ask the University of South Carolina Board of Trustees Chair, the Honorable John C. Von Lee, Jr., and USC Upstate Faculty Senate Chair Holly Pay, and Dr. Brendan Kelly to join me here at the podium. Dr. Brendan B. Kelly, the University of South Carolina's Board of Trustees and I are charged by the General Assembly on behalf of all of the people of South Carolina to oversee a most vital enterprise dealing with the quality of life in our state. This university has pledged itself to be a faithful index to the ambitions and fortunes of the state. As our new chancellor, the task before you is large. You must court many constituencies for support. You must inspire many people involved in every aspect of this institution's life and work every day of every year by being the leader of our students, faculty, and staff. You must remind us to infuse every aspect of collegiate life with integrity, with the integrity inherent in discovering and imparting knowledge and truth, and with the tenets of the Carolinian Creed as our guide. It will now be my privilege to bestow on you the emblems of office that symbolize the responsibilities which you have already borne admirably for 7 months. Will all please rise? Who has it right here? Right there. Dr. Brendan B. Kelly, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, acting on behalf of the General Assembly and the people of this state, I hereby do install you as the Chancellor of the University of South Carolina Upstate. I charge you to guide and guard this historic citadel of learning. If you willingly accept this challenge, accept this medallion and chain of office that designates you as the embodiment of the institution's power and authority. Congratulations and welcome, Chancellor Kelly.
Thank you, President Pastides. And Tressa, apparently I have a job. Members of the Board of Trustees, members of the Spartanburg County Commission on Higher Education, members of the USC Upstate Foundation Board, legislators, public officials, fellow presidents and chancellors, delegates from other universities, including our good friend, Professor Dr. Karl Stoffel. He has come all the way from Germany to celebrate with us today, a celebration of our long partnership between USC Upstate and Landshut University. Thank you to my wife, our First Lady at USC Upstate, my family and friends, former students and colleagues that have traveled here to celebrate, and certainly most importantly, our faculty, staff, colleagues, the students, and alumni. I appreciate everybody being part of this occasion. And there are two notions that are not lost on me today. One is the cruel irony that anybody would schedule this on Friday the 13th. If I am struck down by lightning, don't be surprised. The second is the fact that we're celebrating this occasion, this investiture, during the 50th anniversary year of USC Upstate. And it's important for me, with that recognition, to celebrate and recognize the work and leadership of my predecessors in this role, two of which are here today, Olin Sansbury, John Stockwell, and Tom Moore. Each of them have made critical contributions to this institution that have brought us to this moment, and I'm grateful for your leadership. Serving as your chancellor is one of the great honors of my career. When I first became a faculty member, I considered it an honor and a privilege. Despite the fact that public higher education as an industry is consistently becoming more challenging due to compliance and diminished state investment in public universities and an ever-changing landscape for public higher education, I never stopped believing that working for a public university was an honor and a privilege. We are asked to shape the lives of others through the most powerful tool in humanity, education. We're asked to create knowledge and understanding and to get students involved in transformative experiences, serve our institutions to do the work of public good. I get excited about working with students, and I get energized by faculty colleagues who demonstrate that excitement and their investment in this work. We help produce alumni who are positioned to have successful lives. I'm inspired by athletic coaches and the large collection of student athletes that are gathered with us today. Coaches that work to motivate student athletes and to grow their talents and abilities and better equip them to go out and meet the world. I'm enlivened by university staff members that work to invest in the successes and experience and maturation of students. And I'm stirred by our alumni, business leaders, community leaders, public servants who try to find ways to give our students professional development opportunities that will connect their public university to their lives and the future of their businesses and communities. Working at a place surrounded by students that are trying to become and colleagues that are trying to facilitate that becoming of self is the most interesting work in the world to me. And I'm honored and grateful to have the opportunity to be part of that work at USC Upstate. Over the last 5 decades, a truth has emerged from the intersection between USC Upstate and this region. And it's clear to me that the success of the University of South Carolina, the Upstate, is interwoven with the prosperity, growth, and success of the Upstate of South Carolina. As one of the top 15 fastest growing baccalaureate granting institutions in the United States, the number 2 top public regional college in the South, home to more than 6,000 students as of today, 6,007. More than 40 undergraduate programs, multiple graduate programs, 17 NCAA Division I sports, more than 250 student athletes, nearly 30,000 alumni, most of which continue to live and work in the Upstate, and an economic impact on this region and state that exceeds $500 million each year. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are the results of 50 years of work and investment in this university. The growth of USC Upstate over these 5 decades makes us poised to enhance our role as a critical higher education partner in this region. Serving students on this beautiful main campus at the George Dean Johnson Jr. College of Business and Economics in downtown Spartanburg, and hundreds more in our presence in Greenville, as well as online. During the course of my interview, I got to meet George Dean Johnson Jr. for the first time. And at that meeting, he shared with me his commitment to education and his passion for elevating Spartanburg County and his belief in the vital role that USC Upstate plays in that mission and this region. And that introduction was a turning point for me. Making a public university successful is a team sport. And knowing that incredible community leaders like George and so many others throughout Spartanburg and throughout the Upstate are eager to be part of that success made me certain that I was coming to the right university at the right time. Over the last 50 years, we have built some truly unique features in this university. Our community-based research center, the Metropolitan Studies Institute, has grown as a key resource to communities, cities, and state agencies throughout the southeastern United States, providing data analytics that help test performance and drive decision and policy making. Our international partnerships with universities around the globe provide USC Upstate students and faculty the opportunity to engage in a global economy and a global community. This past summer, I had an opportunity to join some of my colleagues overseas. They had just finished visiting Lansutte University and our friend, Dr. Stoffel. I joined them in Cambridge, England. We signed a partnership agreement with Anglia Ruskin University, and as their chancellor and I discussed the overlapping profiles of our institutions, it became clear to me that we were forging another opportunity to build comprehensive international partnerships that would enliven opportunities to affect the lives of students, enliven faculty members through international exchange, and enhance our opportunities for the development of cross-Atlantic scholarly activities. Partnerships such as these help USC Upstate grow, especially as the population of the Upstate becomes ever more diverse and a celebration of a growing international community. The growing diversity of this region and this university is one of its most important assets. It took nearly 5 decades for us to build our Child Protection Training Center located in downtown Spartanburg. It's one of 4 in the United States, and it has the capacity to change perspectives on what motivates childhood behavior in a fashion that enhances and has enhanced thousands of educators, first responders, administrators, decision makers that have been trained there. The other Dr. Kelly and I had the opportunity to participate in the ACEs training we offer at the training center, and that day the depth of our compassion grew. Our institution's ability to provide this type of unique educational force in this region helps to define USC Upstate's role as a public regional comprehensive university for the upstate of South Carolina. It took us more than a few decades of the evolution of this university to start growing things in our greenhouse. And our greenhouse is in the Johnson College of Business and Economics. It continues to nurture entrepreneurship in Spartanburg County, a critical role for us as a university. The public university needs to serve as foundational support for the regional economy. We are responsible in part for enhancing white-collar talent management and supporting the growth of business and industry. I got a chance just a few minutes ago, before this ceremony started, to talk to one of our students who learned today that she has a job interview this afternoon. That type of excitement is precisely what we're trying to produce every day. As I came to USC Upstate, I visited the greenhouse. We were involved in the Start Me program, nurturing entrepreneurship in a different way. There was an incredible intersection that had developed between our faculty and business leaders who were serving as mentors and aspiring entrepreneurs from the north side of Spartanburg. It was illustrative of how we can harness the best parts of our university and community to transform what comes next for our county and our region. And there are hundreds and hundreds more examples of ways in which this university has grown over 50 years. However, since I came to this university, it is rare that I am asked the question, what do you think about the first 50 years? The question I'm always asked is, what is the vision for the future? And it is an exceptional question. And all of my time, effort, and energy is being invested in that next 50 years. For me, Vision is not a task list or an action plan. It is an image of the future that we collectively hold in our minds. For me, vision is a President of the United States articulating a vision for putting a person on the moon by the end of the decade in which they live. And he did not have a plan or the scientific knowledge to do it by himself. However, he gave birth to the way in which the nation could be. He relied on the success of the past to inform the possibilities for the future, and I see our opportunity much the same way. I wake up every day and I see USC Upstate in 5 years and in 10 years, and we just try to fill in the missing pieces. Over the course of 50 years, we have built an essential and extraordinary foundation, a vision that was put in place 5 decades ago by G.B. Hodge and a group of relentless community leaders to invent a university and register 177 students to study on the first floor of the local hospital. Our current reality was built over decades by hundreds of faculty and staff, thousands, tens of thousands of students and alumni, 1 million square feet of physical assets, hundreds of acres of beautiful college campus, and a region that has emerged as an economic force in the United States. My strategic vision is about building on our strengths to make us bigger and better and stronger, a vision about culture and energy and meeting the needs of the region. It is derived from an attitude and approach called cathedral thinking. The concept of cathedral thinking stretches back through centuries to medieval times, when architects and stonemasons and artisans laid plans and began construction of incredible soaring structures that served as gathering places, sites of worship and community. None of those structures were going to be completed in the lifetime of those craftspeople. They were charged with making their contribution to something incredible and by its very nature, larger than themselves. Few, if any, ever worked on the premise that they would still be alive to see the finished product. But they, like us, were doing the business of making their contribution to something bigger than themselves. Cathedral thinking has driven the planning of cities, space exploration, multinational corporations, and even critical institutions like public universities. And in every instance in which cathedral thinking was applied effectively, the same model was required. A far-reaching vision, a well-thought-out blueprint, and a shared commitment to the long-term implementation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the ability to construct the future of USC Upstate and enliven its role as a major regional partner. The vision that USC Upstate stands as a top regional comprehensive university in the Southeast that is deeply connected to industry, deeply involved in the success of the communities we serve, and constantly working to be better for the students we serve and the alumni we represent. And to accomplish this feat, we need 3 things: growth, visibility, and enhanced resources. Many of you have heard me talk about those 3 institutional priorities over and over again: growth, visibility, and enhanced resources. I talk about them because they are essential priorities for this institution. We cannot fully fulfill our mission as a public regional comprehensive university or maximize our ability to offer the richest educational opportunities to students that our resources will allow unless we build our institution up on these 3 fronts. And we've already started laying the groundwork for the next 50 years. Currently, we are engaged in stakeholder-based strategic planning. Right now, even this morning, before this ceremony, CEOs and heads of human resources, legislators, members of the Board of Trustees, the Commission on Higher Education from Spartanburg County, Foundation Board members from USC Upstate, alumni, faculty, staff, students, community leaders are all participating in the effort to lay the groundwork for the blueprint of the future. Regional partnership means that we have hundreds of key stakeholders taking part in planning for the future. so that we can better ensure that this institution is growing to meet the needs of the Upstate, to be the institution that this region needs us to be. We are in this together, and our process is indicative of that fact. The biggest threat to our innovation and success moving forward is internal politics. It's an organizational culture that doesn't accept failure or doesn't accept ideas from the outside, one that cannot change. And we cannot afford to fall prey to those organizational pitfalls. Making a public university successful is a team sport, and I am grateful for all of our team members. We are attempting to build a culture of accountability, trust, and togetherness. I believe in the future of USC Upstate, because the one thing that has been true for 50 years is the fact that we have produced alumni that were well equipped to meet the world, and we're proud to be part of their university. It is essential that we get better on delivering that promise every day moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, higher education, in my view, trumps everything. Higher education trumps everything. If we can get more people educated through the transformative opportunities that we offer at this university, we can permanently enhance the upstate of South Carolina. It is my honor and my privilege to lead the charge on behalf of USC Upstate. My intention is to ensure that our people have the tools and support needed to be successful, that students are always better positioned to accomplish their future, and our alumni look at USC Upstate as a source of pride and value. I'm excited about what comes next for this university, and I am not referring to the lunch that comes afterwards. I am proud and privileged to be your chancellor and grateful for your support and attendance today. Thank you. And go Spartans! Now please join Miss Mary Emma Norris, who is a commercial music major at USC Upstate and from Charleston, South Carolina, and the Boiling Springs High School Marching Band, led by Mr. Robert Cotter, in the singing of our alma mater. After the alma mater, we will have the recessional of the platform party, and I hope that you will join Dr. Tressa Kelly and myself for lunch, which will be served on the main quad. Thank you.